What's the deal, YouTube? It's your boy Tank Be Chopping, and I'm coming at y'all with another haircut tutorial. On this cut, we're gonna be doing a comb over with the ball fade. We're gonna line up the beard, fade it in, and we also gonna trim the top. Let's go. Alright, so my first step on this cut is I'm gonna go ahead and trim the top. So as you can see, I'm saturating the top with some water and I'm combing over the hair the way it combs. That way it can lay down and I can trim as much as I need to give it that desired look and that desired length. So when I do comb overs, I like to start on the back of the head, and I just do that as my preference. I find it easier. So what I'm doing here is, as you can see, I'm combing up a little bit of his hair, and I set my initial guideline, and I'm just following that all the way forward. And once we get closer to the front, to the bang area, I'm actually gonna leave that a little longer. It's just, you know, that's a good idea with most haircuts, especially the comb over. I just feel it looks better when the front is a little longer. Alright, so now what I'm doing is I'm trimming the rest of his hair, but I'm using that initial guideline that I set in going forward, and I'm using that to make sure the rest of the hair is even. So as you can see, I'm starting on the right side of his head, and I'm just making sure all that is even all the way to the side, and then I'm gonna come back on the opposite side and make sure all the left side of his head is even. So now I'm just doing some cross-checking, making sure all his hair is even. And once that's done, I'm just gonna comb it back into place the way it should lay, and then we're gonna start this fade. Alright, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start balding him out on the side. So I'm starting with my red Babyliss FX. Creating my first bald guideline, and since we are doing a mid fade, we're coming up to about the middle of the head. We're not going too high and we're not keeping it too low. And remember guys, on a lot of my fades, I like to keep that front part a little dark in the C cup area, just so I can make sure to line that up, and it looks nice when it looks nicer when you leave that a little dark and when you line it up. Remember guys, on my fades, I tend to drop it down in the back slightly. I didn't drop it down too much on this fade, and you don't have to even drop it down in the back if you don't want to, but I just like to do that because I feel it gives my fades a different look than everyone else in the shop or in the area, so that's why I drop mine in the back slightly. But yeah, so I'm just gonna finish balding them out with my trimmers, going all the way around. Alright guys, now that my bald line is set in, I'm taking my Babyliss foil shavers and I'm coming up right below that line, and the closer I get to that line, I'm actually flicking out the shaver, and I'm actually applying less pressure. And the reason why you want to do that is you just want to make sure you're not making that line too harsh. If you put in a harsh line, it's going to be harder to take out. Therefore, apply more pressure towards the bottom of the fade, and the closer you get to that line, you relieve pressure and you flick out. Alright, now that that's done, we actually gonna start fading this man up. So I got my Babyliss Custom FX. I have my lever all the way open, which makes this a half, and I'm coming up about 3/4 of an inch to an inch, and I'm flicking out towards the top of that guideline. So I want to make sure I'm consistent with it. So I'm going to go all the way back, and then I'm going to come forward with it. You know, you can do it once or twice, or how many times you feel is necessary to get that nice and consistent. Alright, now I got my lever halfway closed, and I'm coming up right below what I just did, still flicking out, that way I don't create another line in this fade. I'm gonna go over that a couple times, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna close my lever all the way, and I'm gonna flick out that bottom line. And remember guys, if that line doesn't come out at the bottom, that's fine, we'll take care of that in a little bit. Now I got my number 1 guard on there, clipper is all the way open, and I'm coming up about another 3/4 of an inch. Still flicking out towards the top of that guideline. Now I got my lever all the way closed, and I'm flicking out that bottom line. And I am coming up about halfway from what I just did, but remember guys, I'm not putting a lot of pressure, and I'm flicking out that way it doesn't create another harsh line, and I am doing some small detail work by adjusting that lever as needed. So now I got my 1.5 guard, and I'm coming up right to about that parietal ridge, and I'm flicking up and out. And the reason why I'm doing this guys, I don't want to actually push this fade into the top of the hair. I want to make sure I'm coming outwards and I'm keeping this haircut squared. So this is my number 2 guard, and I'm coming up right above what I just did, still flicking out, not putting too much pressure on the scalp, and just still making sure I keep this haircut square. So as you can see, I'm not going into the top of the fade, I'm actually just tapping the bottom as low as I can, but enough to where it's still cutting the hair. So now I'm coming back down and doing some small detail work. I have my number 1 guard on there, clipper is open, and I'm going to be using some corner blending, adjusting that lever as needed to get rid of them dark spots. Here I'm doing some more detail work. My clipper's all the way closed on this part, and I was just attacking some dark lines, adjust that lever, and hit some more dark spots. So basically what I do most of the time when I'm fading or when I'm doing a taper or any haircut really, I do my initial steps first, and then I go back and I detail. And I just detail as much as I feel is needed to give them that nice fade and that blurry effect. So remember I was saying that we didn't quite get that bottom line all the way out. Well, I decided to go back with my trimmers, and I'm just tapping that bottom line, and I'm just, you know, just flicking out. You know, you really don't want to create another line, so you try not to come too high up into the haircut. You're really just tapping the bottom line. So as you can see now, we're starting on his edge up. We started in the middle of his head, created an initial guideline, and we just moved our way over. Remember guys, if y'all haven't done so, please make sure to smash that like button. Also, if you haven't yet subscribed to this channel, please do so. Remember, I will be doing a giveaway once I get to about 1,000 subscribers, and that number's coming up quick. I'm already at like 950 or somewhere around there, guys. So it's coming up, and the quicker it comes up, the quicker I'm gonna be giving stuff away. I have a lot of clippers that I'm willing just to, like I said, just willing to give away. I don't use anymore, or I just stopped using them, or I'm just, you know, they're older or whatever. So I have some new and some old, but I will be giving away a lot of my tools. So yeah, make sure y'all subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so, because you will need to be a subscriber to win. Also, y'all make sure y'all follow y'all boy on Instagram at tank_b_chopping. Let's go. Alright, so now y'all can see I'm fading in his beard. I started with my clipper open. I came up, and as you can see, the closer I'm getting to the top of that beard, I'm actually closing my clipper. And then I got my 1.5 guard on there, trying to get most of that bulk away, flicking out, coming at it at different angles. Now I was gonna leave this part out, but the reason why I have it in here is because this part of the hair is actually the part that's combed over. So I just wanted to go over how I fade the top of this part of the hair in, basically. So I do the same thing at the bottom. You know, I'm starting with my clipper open, coming up about 3/4 of an inch, being consistent with it, going over it a couple times, closing my lever halfway, coming right below that, and then obviously I'm going to close my clipper all the way and try to flick out that bottom line. Now this is my number 1 guard on there. Clipper is open, coming up about another 3/4 of an inch. And I did say last video that I am looking to, I've already purchased some more guards. They just haven't came in yet. But yeah, I purchased some more guards so I can actually color code what I'm doing. Give a little key on the corner of my screen. That way y'all can understand more than just me talking. Y'all can just look at it and know what guard that I'm using. All right, so this is my 1.5 guard. My clipper is open. I'm coming up step parietal ridge and flicking out. And then I'm gonna close my clipper and try to get that bottom guideline out. And then basically after this, what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be fading downward. And I always like to start with the number 4 guard with longer hair on top, so that's what I'm gonna do. So here is my number 4 guard, and I'm coming up, and like I said, guys, same thing as the other side. I'm not actually pushing this guard too far into the hair. As you can see, I'm flicking up and out, and I'm just letting whatever hair falls into that clipper get cut. I'm not really worried about pushing it too far in there. And then here's my number 3 guard, and I'm doing this exact same thing. I'm just coming a little lower than what I did before. And I really don't open and close my lever after my 2 guard. I just flick out more, you know. I just feel that works best for me. So here is my 2 guard closed, and I'm just trying to hit them dark spots, trying to make sure I give this man that nice blurry effect. So yeah, man, that's what I'm doing. Flicking out using the corner of that blade. And then now I got my 1.5 guard on there, and I'm just tapping some more dark spots that I see visible. So now we're gonna start some detailing work. Clipper is open, using some corner blending. And we're just tapping them dark spots. Remember guys, I feel this is what's gonna set you apart from any other barber. The more you detail, the more you look at things, and you just add some of that slight detail work, some of that corner blending. I just feel it's gonna make that blend come in better, and I feel that your clients, you know, yeah, you might take a little longer, but I feel your clients will appreciate it once they see the end result. All right, so now we're just basically doing the other side of his edge up. So we started off in the middle where we made our first initial guideline, and we're just moving our way over. And remember guys, this client did not want the enhancement, so I did not enhance his beard or his edge up. I just left everything natural. I lined it up as sharp as I could, and then I'm gonna attack it with the razor after this. Y'all know how I do, man. I always give my clients who get a beard, I give them a hot towel, and I hit them with that Vibe FX. I really hope y'all enjoying these tutorials, guys. I have noticed that I've been getting more views, more likes, so I appreciate y'all for sharing. If y'all are sharing, if y'all not, if y'all could please share this one time for your boy, I'd greatly appreciate it. Remember guys, when you're doing razor work, you want to make sure to lay that razor flat, and also make sure to stretch the skin as tight as possible. That way you lessen the chance of nicking your client. Alright guys, so now I'm going to put some styling product in his hair. I am actually using my smooth pomade. Remember guys, this is my brand. This is my pomade that I've put out there for y'all. This is the pomade right here. I actually don't have any more in stock. But yeah, I'll let y'all know when I get some more. This is actually like the first video that I recorded where I actually put styling product in my client's hair. I know I'm slacking. I should have done this a long time ago. But yeah, here it is. This is the pomade, and the pomade is really good for just comb overs, slick backs, or if you comb your hair forward. I feel this pomade works really well and has a great scent to it. Alright, YouTube, so this is the cut. Mid fade, we trimmed the top and we got a comb over, no hard part, but we just faded it all in, lined up his beard and faded it in. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Let me know if y'all like this cut or not. Let me know what y'all think of the smooth pomade. Until next time, YouTube, I appreciate y'all.